Everything's just a bit mental at the moment. So go, all dished up, ready in about 15 minutes. Aid's leaving me on Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nothing ever seems to go right in this house. Aid, do you think this house is jinxed?
No.
But it's completely busted through
The plasterboard.
the plasterboard. Good morning and welcome back to a new vlog. It's going to be a juggly one today. We've got lots and lots going on and we've got some quite big stuff happening at the moment, so I'll share that with you a bit later. I just picked our first tomato from the garden, so we'll have that at lunchtime. It's going to fill us both up, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to trying that, see how sweet it is. Hopefully it will be a good one. I've just put a wax melt on. I'm just finished sorting out the kitchen. We've just had some breakfast together. It's a bit of a funny week this week. I'll share some details with you in a bit. We're expecting the blinds to arrive today and I'm hoping for an exciting delivery as well. So we're both working really hard, really long hours at the moment. I did a 5 in the morning till 10 last night. Aid was still sat at his desk at 10 o'clock as well. It's just, everything's just a bit mental at the moment. So it's a proper juggly one today. Oh, and for dinner, I am going to do chicken Cajun pasta. So I will share that with you as well. So I hope you enjoy hanging out in this kind of like juggly household at the moment. We're both juggling lots of balls at the moment. I always do this. I don't throw things away until I have rinsed them out with water, so that's just like a watery mix at the end. I don't throw things away until I've popped them on my shopping lists. Otherwise, if I just bin it, I will forget that I need it. And then next time I go to cook, I'll realise then that I haven't got any. How do you do your shopping list, by the way? I always do mine on my phone these days. I've stopped doing paper ones. First item of the day has arrived. Nicely packed. Oh, really is nicely packed. It's all open there. Hopefully it will be fine. It's not breakable. I am very excited about this item. I've ended up buying this from eBay because I struggled to find it elsewhere. It is the lovely Sephora. I picked up one of these, or I must have picked up a couple of them ages ago. And let's open the one that's fallen to bits. It was a small one that I bought, maybe, I don't know, Poundland don't seem to do too many of them now, maybe Home Bargains. It is Cypress and Sea Sage, and it's my new favourite in the house. It's a really, really lovely, clean, fresh smell. I've really changed my fragrances. I've gone away from all the cinnamons and like those kind of baked smells that I used to have in the house, pumpkin. I'm sure they'll be back in fall. But this house just suits a light, fresh, clean smell. I love it. I really do love that. But I struggled to find this scent again. They do have it on Amazon, but it's very, very expensive. They do currently have 6 bottles for £20, but I've just bought 3 bottles for £10 something, so maybe a few p over. But I didn't want 6 bottles, I just wanted the 3. It's easier to home, isn't it? So I'm going to take these out of the packaging, put these in the cupboard, but it's a really nice scent, and I like to leave my dishcloths in soak overnight, and then you've got a nice, clean, disinfectanted, I don't know, cloth to wipe over the surfaces with as well. So I really like it, and the house just smells so nice, or the kitchen does. Anyway, it's a lovely scent. So I am very pleased that I've got some of those because I have just about finished the one that I had. It's the one that I had before, and that was like nearly £2. So to get 3 for 10 something, that's not bad going actually, and that included delivery. But yeah, I've just literally, I thought I'd finished it, but I haven't quite. So I am going to soak my cloths in it right now. Just giving the sink a nice wash down. Back to work. I'm currently working on my kit zine, the little mini magazine that comes in my monthly kits. That's what I'm finishing off today for August. I need to get September's done as well, ready for when we go away. So today I've got my creative Zoom, my crafty Zoom. It's a lunchtime one. I do that with my creative craft community over on Patreon. So I'm just about to head down. I am working in 2 little journals today. We're talking about our word of the year. It's like almost halfway through, well, just gone halfway through. We sort of, most of us started around the January, February time, so I thought it was a really good time to catch up, talk about it. Have any of you done Word of the Year? Is it something you do? Let me know, because I know it's not just a creative thing. I know normal people do it too. Let's just ask the machine for happy music everywhere. Cheers. It's tea time. Right, let's turn her down. There we go. I am making Cajun chicken pasta. We haven't had anything like this for ages, and it feels like proper comfort food. By the way, how many of these do you tend to do per person? I tend to do, I don't know, 2 just doesn't look quite enough. Do you think 2, or would you say 3? I'll do 2 and some extra bits. This has become one of our favourite comfort meals. I got inspired by this from a meal that I had in Miller's Ale House in Florida, and it's just stayed with me, and it's just so delicious. I vary the veg. Today I've got a lot of mushrooms in the house at the moment, so I'm using those. Sometimes I use broccoli, just whatever I've got. I did have a roasted chicken, so I'm using some of that as well. I'm adding a dollop of cream cheese to the pan, and I'm taking some of the water from the pasta for the sauce, letting it bubble and then mixing it in. I haven't put the chicken in at this stage, by the way. This is just literally there's garlic in there, onions, mushrooms, peppers, and the cream cheese, some water. And then I'm putting in the Cajun spice. Go careful, this can be quite spicy. So obviously go careful if you don't like anything too spicy. Drop of wine, that is optional. I just really love a winey flavour. Adding the chicken, and the sauce is just so good. It's creamy, winey, cheesy with a lovely bit of warmth from the Cajun spice. Give it a good stir together. If it does thicken too much, just add some more water from the pasta. And then once your pasta's cooked and drained, you can add it. Seriously, this is like a 15-minute meal. It's so quick and easy and absolutely delicious. And then we usually top it off with a little bit of cheese. There we go, all dished up, ready in about 15 minutes. So the blinds have arrived. Did I say we were having blinds delivered? I can't remember. Exciting delivery yesterday, we had blinds. We're just working out how to actually do them though.
But yeah, you need to put both your feet
I might put some shoes on. Oh, you want...
I'm going up.
Oh, okay.
But you just need to stop me from... Well, I'm just going to try it. I'm not going to, may not be able to put it up. Problem is though, I've got to hold this level all the way along.
You did the sitting room one.
Yeah, but I can reach it.
Okay.
I can actually do this, but I've got to be on the ladder to do this.
Yeah.
This
Should
slips on the rubber bits here.
Would you want me to get my shoes on?
Yeah, put your trainers on for a minute, please.
Yeah.
I'm just wanting to see how this feels like, because if I'm not happy with it, I've really no idea. So if I get my step, I can hold it this end from here.
Well, it's very light.
Yeah, it's light. Other way up. Twist it around.
Like that.
No, other way.
Like that. Did you just bang it up?
Yeah, that's good on the wrong side.
As high as it goes?
Yep, all the way up. Right, that handle, can that handle push down any further?
I can't get it out.
So you can't pull it out this way?
I didn't know, I thought it had to be like in.
No, because it needs to be, you got a physically angled blind on it.
Aid ended up taking the step ladder outside because I couldn't push the bracket in. It's gone in, but it's completely busted through
The plasterboard.
the plasterboard. That's a big bummer. So annoyed. Yeah, the blind's a perfect fit. Just measured the blind. The blind's absolutely perfect fit in the window. It's just the rails that are too long. I didn't think to measure the rails. The other two that we've got are fine. But it's just busted the wall. I don't believe that. We feel so upset. But the measurements, they've got stickers on the actual rails and the measurements are correct. We've remeasured, our measurements were right. But the actual rails are a centimetre out. So when you press the thing in, which expands, I didn't know it did that, but it's busted through.
That one as well.
Both of them. Just nothing ever seems to go right in this house. Hey, do you think this house is jinxed?
No. You wouldn't expect to have to measure a rail, but then I guess we shouldn't have forced it.
I just feel gutted now. We really wanted these doing before we go away. Oh, while you're stood there, we've got something to tell you guys. Nothing that affects you, but affects us. Aid's leaving me on Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're being split up for the first time ever.
For a little while.
He's got to go away with work, just literally before we go away on our trip.
Yeah.
We're going away 3 weeks today. And Aid's flying out to Germany next week for the week. We've never been apart before, have we?
For a day or two.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're together 24/7. It just feels really, really weird. So we're both just feeling a bit funny this week, aren't we? Not used to being apart. So, yeah, it just feels a little bit strange. And I know lots of people do it. I know it's normal.
I need to make this phone call as
You're
well.
going to make a phone
yeah,
call, but
I'll
it's
let
not
it carry
normal
on, but yeah, sorry,
for
yes.
us because we are together
All the
24/7.
time. Yes, I was making the phone call, but I might as well come back. Yeah, but I'll be back Friday.
I know, hopefully.
I'll be back.
And I'm just going to bust my butt off all week working because I have so much work to do before we go away.
So hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm going to get loads of videos filmed, loads of videos edited, get all my Patreon stuff. I've got to pack August and September kits for my craft Lollipop Box Club kits. I've got so much to do, so I am going to put my positive head on and just turn it into a very, very positive, productive week and do lots of work on the treadmill.
You've got 4 lots to try and...
We're going to try and put the blind up. Aid's just been on the phone. He's got to try and get that down, take photos. We're not going to have them in time for our holiday. It's just all a big mess. We've also then we're worried if we take it out, will it actually destroy the wall even more? So we're going to try and put the blind up. That feels secure, and plaster around it or filler around it. It's not ideal. At least we've got blinds. Let's see if this works.
So, I've got a feeling it needs to click on. That's not in that end.
Isn't it?
Or is it?
No, it feels secure. It's not. Yeah. What do you think? They weren't our first choice, were they? But the ones we really wanted didn't come with the no drill. And we didn't want to damage the walls, did we? That's funny, isn't it? Just a big laugh, isn't it?
There's bigger things, aren't there?
Yeah. Just been doing all the tests. We've been outside. I am actually pleased with those.
I think they look quite smart.
Yeah.
We were looking at the 50mm ones.
Yeah.
But the other thing was as well, the 50mm take up so much of the windowsill, and we have to have them to clear the handle. We'd be left with a tiny bit on there.
And we like styling the windows. I can't believe Holly's rubber plant has got massive. I've just noticed that. That extra bit that is going over is new, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just realised that.
We need to obviously it's growing to the light as well.
Wow.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I am actually. I am happy.
And of course we can raise them up as well.
And you can't, all the crack and the hole is actually after the blind.
Yeah,
and we can cover that, can't we?
Where the plasterboard has obviously been put on, and there's either a bit of sort of dot and dab or something, so it's basically pushed against the back of it.
There's nothing there, is
there? So to be honest, if we're going to keep these up here even for a year, 2, 3, whatever, and if we like them, the thought of taking that down and having to try and reinforce the plasterboard, that'd be a much bigger job.
I
so
agree.
at the moment, they're good. And we're not going to be getting them up and down all the time, are we?
And security-wise, we've got them for the holiday.
Yeah.
And you're going to trim the other one, aren't you?
I think I am, yeah, because I've had a look and I can actually just cut the bar. The bar, now, I come from a background of my dad being very engineering based. He's very practical. He's always been, he's built stuff for his life, engineering wise. And speaking to the blind company, they make the blind exactly to the length we give them. They don't allow any tolerances. Now these spring clips basically mean, in actual fact, you still get the camera there.
Yeah. What did we go for in the end? Something
It
snowflake.
was white, it was some stuff, but it was a matte colour.
Yeah, they're matte. From Blinds to Go.
Yeah. So these here, and they work perfectly in the last one. They come, this is the shortest length. So basically, well, they're like this in the window. So when you push them, you'll see the end will extend out. Yeah? So, there are always tolerances. I was talking to Lisa about this. She does her printing. There's things called bleed lines. Now they've measured this, and this is exactly the window length there to that point, which means the torsion bar, I think it's torsion bar, needs to push from that point. Whereas I would say you give the dimension and they allow a few millimetres, because then it means you can get it into the window. You can then push. I'm not saying it needs to keep it tight, but you push and you create that tension in there.
The problem is when we've pushed and created that tension, it's gone through the plaster.
Problem is as well, when this went in the window, it was a tight fit to start with. It just about fit. So I think they should have been a little bit shorter. So so that's the length they go out to basically. And so really that spring pushes to, or tries to expand to keep it in place. But I think they've just done, I don't know if people are understanding what I'm saying, but basically they've done it to the length of this. In other words, means you've got to push that against it completely. Whereas I think there should be a little bit of gap there.
And the other thing is, we've actually paid an extra £10 per blind, so that if our dimensions were slightly out, you get a replacement. Is it up to 3 replacements?
Yeah, up to
Something
3
like that.
replacements.
So it's not like
it's
not like we've made a mistake and we're trying to get them to correct it. We could do that if we wanted to. We could say, look, it's actually, but our measurement was exact. That's a little bit on. Did you say it's about?
Well, no. It's exact. It is exactly the measurement of the window. And what they'll say then, sorry, but we've made it to the measurement of the window.
Yeah, but they would still give us a replacement because we've paid extra for.
I don't know, because as such, if I'd have over measured it or under measured it, yes, because I've measured it incorrectly.
But we've measured it correctly.
Exactly, and they produced it correctly.
I
So
don't know.
that will be. That's my next thing, is thinking.
But
that
we're just going to go with it.
I think we're just going to actually. I've got the hacksaw, get the files out to roughen, smooth the edges off.
Yeah, right. Let's get back to work. It's got so chilly this afternoon, so I've gone all snuggly. I wanted to share with you. I know lots of you have asked me about my makeup, my skin before. I do really struggle with very rosy skin, sort of like the usual kind of areas, and I tone it down a lot. My favourite makeup is number 7, Stay Perfect Foundation. However, this has happened to me with 3 companies now. I love a compact foundation. I find it a really, really good coverage. Let me show you. It's like that kind of one. Really good. And then I just sort of powder over my nose just to keep it in place. I don't like a powder because I think it seeps in and then you start to just see all the pores and everything. I just don't like that. Whereas this just keeps it really fresh. I used to use a Virgin V about 20 odd years ago and they went under. Then I found Body Shop, and they stopped doing it a few years ago, and I was just devastated because it's really, really important, isn't it? It's how you feel, and I don't even answer the door without my makeup on. I feel that self-conscious. And now number 7 Boots have discontinued theirs. I am gutted. I have bought, and I've tried, that's why I originally opened this one. I bought, this is their foundation that they recommend you use instead, and I've been kind of like popping it into the middle using the same little sponge applicator. Here, I've just washed this one actually, so I'd left it on the side to dry. The coverage is awful. It's same colour, it's just very weak, and it just doesn't give you the coverage that I want, so I'm really gutted. I had a feeling it was being discontinued because I couldn't ever buy it online, and then I went into a Boots store and I bought 6. They were doing a buy 2 get 1 free, so I bought 6. One lasts me probably about 6 months, So now I have these two that I'm partway through. I have a brand new one that's in the luggage packed, and I'm now thinking, what am I going to do? And it's so difficult these days to find makeup because you can't generally go in a store and try it. A lot of places aren't in stores anymore. That's when you needed your big department stores, wasn't it? So I was just going to share this just to purely give you a tip. If you do find yourself in that situation, do a little search online. I found a seller on eBay. They've just come, 2 brand new ones. Brand new, I think they were £20, but there was often an offer. And I've just bought these for £17 each, and she's put a note in there. There was 2 available. She's put a note in there to let me know she's got more, and I think I'm going to take her up on them because, like I said, they last me a long time. They're not going to go off, are they? So I'm going to do that, and I know I'm going to need to find a replacement, but it's gutting, isn't it, when you have something that's so important to you and then you can't buy it anymore. Anyway, my other reason for coming on here, I've just had 2 dress deliveries. I'm so excited, so I thought I'd do a little try on for you. I'm wanting a couple of new summer dresses. I love my floaty lightweight dresses in the summer. I love them here. I love them going on holiday, going to Florida. And I just want something. I love a long dress in Florida. What do you wear when it's really, really hot weather on holiday? Especially if you're watching this and you go to Florida, what do you tend to wear? I don't like anything clingy. It just makes you feel warmer. So I love a long floaty dress. That is my absolute ideal. So let's see, I'm 4'10". Let's see how long these things are. I washed out my makeup bag yesterday. How often do you actually do that? I cleaned it out, emptied it, got rid of loads of things, washed it out. It's just drying on the windowsill, so I've got all my makeup here lined up, ready to go back in the makeup bag. So this is everything I wear. My mascara, Primark mascara, blush, my foundations, and then I've always got a lip gloss on. Sometimes the Burt's Bees, I like those because they're tinted balms, they're really nice. I've always got a little bit of eyeliner on, and then that's my daily moisturiser that's still on here from this morning. So this is the first dress. I think it's actually a really nice fit. It was £5 from eBay. It was, it's a H&M dress. It's a size 8. It's really, really light. I feel exposed. I used to dress little strappy tops all the time, and I don't anymore. I also try to cover up my boobs these days. I always feel for my height I'm quite top heavy, and I don't know, I feel quite exposed in this. I don't know, in my 20s and 30s it was fine, but now in my 40s, I don't know. But yeah, so I tend to wear things that cover my boobs, that don't sort of make me look booby. So I don't know, but it's very, very comfortable, and I've managed to find a bra with the same colour straps as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not taking it back because it's from eBay, but it is a perfect fit. I really like it, and A just said it looks nice from the back as well. What's your thoughts? But more to the point, what ears do I wear with it? These actually go quite well. We are having a lunch at Garden Grill, so maybe I will wear this outfit. I've got some little white and pink shoes, and that Loungefly, does that go? What's your thoughts with white and pink trainers? Yes or no? This is the dress that I was really excited about. I've got a feeling it's going to be huge though. It was originally $79 and I've bought it for $35. Size 8 was the smallest that they had. It's fully lined. It feels beautiful. I'm going to try it on. I am gutted. It is massive. I feel like I'm wearing a tent. I've actually pulled it over completely, so it's nowhere even near the little bits where you do it up. I've tried to pull it over to make it work. But the model that it was shown on the website was 5'9" and I'm 4'10", so I kind of had a feeling it would be massive, but it's in the arms and everything. But it's got pockets, it's so pretty and it's so light. I am really, really gutted. It came in green and red as well. Yes, definitely a big one. And I am now going to work at my desk. So I've had my time here, I've filmed a video. I'm now just having a quick tidy up of everything before I go back to work. Oh, by the way, this is the journal I was creating in, and that's the page there that I've just made. Good morning. I thought I would pick up the camera. Just made myself, we're on our second coffee today. I wanted to touch on the feeling of safety. I thought I would talk about that briefly with you. And it's obviously, Ed and I have been talking about it a lot with me now, so I've been spend a week on my own, which, as you know, like I said, is unheard of for me. I haven't been in a house on my own since 1999. I've always had the kids with me. And I kind of just, I think having anyone, even a pet, gives you a sense of security. If you hear a noise, you'd think, oh, that's the dog, or in our case, many years, be the guinea pig. They lived in the hallway, they were loud. And you blame the noise on something else. But when it's just you, there's nobody else to blame it on. I used to be terrified on my own for years. I hated it. I was really, really scared in our old house. Even if I nipped out to the shops to go and grab some milk, quite often I would be thinking of, I need to get out the house. I would think that somebody was in there. Do you know where I sat at my desk in my old house? It was a long studio. I always had this feeling that I was going to turn around and somebody was going to be there. There was just something about that house. I always felt nervous. But when I bought it with my ex-husband, I was only 23. And we bought this big project that needed a lot of work doing. And then I fell pregnant 3 months later, with Holly, which wasn't expected. For a long, long time, that was 1999. We didn't finish my studio work, I don't think, until 2002. So for that time, the garage door didn't lock, it just opened. And the back door into the house, there was no lock on that either. And there was a cracked window from the side of the house in, so anyone could have lifted up the garage door and gone into the house. And my ex used to work away about 2.5 weeks every month, so I was on my own a lot, and I always knew that somebody could just walk into my house. It was horrible. And we had a flat roof over the garage, which was under our bedroom, so that always made me nervous that somebody would be there, or I would hear the birds were really loud, and quite often I'd be at my desk and I would think somebody was on the roof. I was just nervous in that house all the time, and I don't know why. Nothing ever happened. I haven't felt that yet in this house, and I don't know why. I don't want to feel like it next week. I was saying to Ada, I only go to bed for about 5 hours anyway, so there's not that much time, and I'm always so tired when I go to bed that I go straight to sleep. It's just the waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. But hopefully it'll be okay. We've got cameras everywhere, and that was another reason for wanting the blinds up as well, just so that, like I was saying to Ada, if I'm working at the desk late, I know that nobody can see in, because when you are sat there with your lights on but it's dark outside, I haven't felt nervous. I didn't think I would like it. I know when we had Lee and Nick over, I think Lee in particular, it freaked him out, the fact that we didn't have any curtains, any blinds in the house when they came. And people can look in, but I also think because we were here on our own, I don't know, it hasn't bothered me, and that's really surprised me. But we've emailed about the blinds, not for any compensation or anything like that. We're going to keep this one up, and I think we're going to have to fix the hole, but just to let them know that this has happened. We haven't done anything wrong, and that's happened. I know new build walls aren't great. If it had been in our old house, it would have been fine because they were solid brick walls. But we've just emailed them with a photo just to let them know. So we need to tackle I think Aid's going to try and trim the one for the office at the weekend, and we're going to try and do that. But anyway, yeah, safety wise, do you feel safe in your house? Do you get nervous on your own? Do you have cameras set up? I'd be really interested to know how you are. Would having no curtains or blinds freak you out, Ali? Anyway, I'm going to carry on working. I am making something really delicious tonight. I am going to do a spicy ginger beef, I think. We're trying to use up the freezer, so I'm defrosting some beef. So I just realised we never finished off the vlog. I was about to start a weekend vlog and realised that the blinds are up, we're happy with them. We are not happy, however, with how blinds to go have been. We're not going to go on about it too much.
No, I mean, they've been helpful, but basically they've told us, even with seeing photos, they've said that, oh, the bar is shorter than your recess, you should be fine. It's still that principle that they expect the bar to be exactly the width and this tension spring. So I'm actually really contemplating, I don't know for the other windows, these are wide windows we've got in, so they do need to be really quite tight and secure. Will be easier for the smaller windows if we want to use them. Just makes me nervous ordering because I would expect to order them the size that fit in the window.
Anyway, and Aid's off tomorrow, so
Yes.
our last day of getting sorted, isn't it? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay. I think I'm kind of feeling the same way that I do on the lead up to travel day to like when we go on holiday. So I think for me it's just a general anxiety, and I think it's like taking one step at a time. It's straightforward enough. I need to make sure I check in later. And I've got everything. I mean, work organise everything anyway. But of course, I've got my tickets, I've got my car hire, I've got everything.
Are you going to vlog
like that.
while you're away?
No, I'm not.
You could do actually. That would be so cool to include on our vlog. I tell you what,
we'll
I'll film a week without you, and you do some little clips, and I'll insert it.
I'll try to.
That would be really cute.
See what I can do. It's going to be a very busy week though.
I've just ordered myself a book, so I've got something to read at bedtime.
No, I'm feeling okay. I think once I get going, it'll be okay. Once I'm, again, same with the airport, once I'm there, once I'm through security, like on the plane, it's all those steps.
You can't have a drink like you usually do because you haven't got a 10-hour flight.
No, I've got just a 1.5 hour flight, and then I'm
don't
there.
Go having that emergency whiskey
No, exactly.
shot.
Going to pick up the car, and then it's about an hour and a half drive from the airport. So I've got to make sure that I know where I'm going.
Yes.
So that's
You've
the other thing.
You've got no one to do your directions?
No, not at all. So I've actually been prepared. I've got my phone with me. I'm gone old school. I've actually bought a mount to go on the windscreen.
I thought you were going to say map.
A mount to go on the windscreen. Do you know the one, the suction ones? So that if there is no either sat nav or no Apple Play or things like that in the car, at least I know I've got my phone that I can actually have. It looks quite straightforward. But we'll see. It'll be fine. Just take plenty of time. And
this is so unusual for us. We don't do anything apart.
No, I mean, bed together.
Go to bed at the same time. We eat all our meals together. We do everything together, don't we? We work at the same desk. Majority we sit next to each other. We just spend our whole lives together. So this feels a big deal for us, doesn't it?
It really is. And for most people who their situation where they are apart, maybe for the day or week or whatever, we know friends that partners, husbands, wives travel away, and it's part of their. I'm not saying they don't miss people, but it's something that is part of their life, isn't their routine. So I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's their routine. It's like at the moment, I go into work about once a week. If that was to change and me going to work 3 times a week or 4 times a week,
that would hit us.
Then that would change, wouldn't it? It would feel different. So
so it's a big deal. Anyway, let us know what your situation is. Do you do everything together with your partner? Does your partner work away, go to work all day? Let us know what your situation is. And do any of you spend literally 24/7 together like we do? Right, I'm going to finish this vlog and I'll start a new weekend vlog. And we hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us.
Yep.
See you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.